Hi, in this video, I want to discuss auto deduction. So what is auto deduction? So auto deduction is an amount deducted from employee in addition to government premiums based on agreed payment schedule and amount per deduction. So interest can be optional. Now deduction can be any of the following. It can be number 1, government loans like SSS or Pag-ibig loan. Number 2, company loans like cash advance and other loans. It can be penalty charged to employee or any other deduction that is applicable to your company. Okay, so how do we go to auto deduction? To go to auto deduction, all you have to do is to click payroll and then auto deduction. So automatically you will go to the list of deductions that were already entered in the system. So as you can see, there is here the deduction ID, date granted, employee, and the deduction type, and also the total amount if there are any payments or adjustment, and you will see the balance here. So the total amount is 15,000 and there is a payment of 200, so therefore it is 14,800. Okay, now if you want to go to the detail, all you have to do is to click the deduction ID. Okay, now from here you can actually print the deduction ledger. So as you have seen in the first page or the list page, the balance is 14,800. That is because the original amount is 15,000 and there is a payment of 200, so therefore it is now 14,800. Okay, now how do we create a new loan or a new auto deduction? So for example, you're an employee and you want to take loan from the company, either a cash advance or maybe a loan to SSS. All you have to do is to click this add new record, and then from here your name will be automatically entered. And if you are an admin, you have the option to select other employee, for those employees that cannot access the system or doesn't know how to use the system or not capable of using the computer. So therefore the admin or the HR people can be able to enter in behalf of that employee. Okay, and then here you select the deduction type. Okay, now these deduction types are coming from, of course, the deduction type, that were entered in the configuration, which I already discussed in my previous video regarding setting. Okay, and then the date granted. Okay, let me select one deduction type. Let's say it's a cash advance. Here there is date granted. So date granted, normally it will be filled by the HR department. So normally it is being used in the SSS, because when you submit remittance to SSS, there should be a date granted. For the other scenario, it is actually when the loan was granted or the auto deduction was granted. So if you're an employee applying for loan, just leave it on the current date. Later the HR department will change it based on the actual date the loan was granted. Okay, and then here you put the original amount. So for example, the original amount is 10,000. This is actually the amount of auto deduction or the amount of loan that you want to avail from the company. Then as you can see, the interest, total amount, and amount per deduction were calculated automatically by the system, and the number of months is by default 1. You can of course increase it based on your preference. Okay, for example, if you want to make it 6 months, of course, automatically the interest will increase. Okay, now it's 600. Now, as you increase the number of months, the interest also increase, and of course the total amount. Okay, you can also again change the original amount. Let's say from 10,000 you want to avail 12,000. Okay, so as you can see, the interest amount are recalculated, no, based on the amount that you entered. Now, how did we arrive at this interest amount and this total amount and amount per deduction? Okay, so actually, if you go to the deduction type, each deduction type has interest, percent of interest. Okay, so 1 means 1% per month. So this is not annual rate, no, it is actually monthly rate. Okay, and here there is a deduction per schedule, so it can be last period or per period. Of course, if it is per period, it depends on what is the payroll frequency of the employee. Okay, but if it is just a last period, that means it's just once a month. So whatever is the monthly amortization, that will be the amount per deduction. Okay, so let me go back to the loan itself. So how did we arrive at 1,440? Okay, so let's analyze. Okay, so the original amount is 12,000. Okay, and then the number of months is 12. Interest rate, as we have seen in deduction type, which is a cash advance, it's 1%. So 1% actually, if you divide it by 100, that would be 0.01, right? Okay, and then the interest amount is actually equals to let me go back here. It's actually equals to this original amount multiplied by the number of months and then multiplied by the interest rate, which will become 1,440, like this. Okay, and then the total amount is actually adding the original amount. So this is equals to original amount plus the interest. So that will be 13,440, which is this one. Okay, now how did we arrive at 560 amount per deduction? So as you know, the employee is Abad Kim Yun. If we go to the employee master of Abad Kim Yun is actually semi-monthly. The payroll frequency is semi-monthly. So since it is semi-monthly, it is 2 periods in a month. So therefore, there will be a deduction of 2 times per month. So since this is 2 times per month, this 13,440, so what we will do is the number of periods is of course 2, right? Now deduction per month is actually this total amount. You will divide it by 12, right? Okay, so that will be 1,120. So this is per month. Okay, now to get the deduction amount per deduction, so amount per deduction would be this divided by 2, right? So that would be 560. Okay, this, yeah. Okay, so yeah, and that's it. So if you have uh, wait, there is also here the hold payment until. So this is actually a date when you will stop the deduction from the employee. Like for instance, if you say postpone payment until May 31, so that means when you make a payroll for February, March, April, there will not be any deduction from the employee. The employee will only be deducted when the payroll is within the May 31. Okay, so the the payment date should be equal to or greater than the May 31. So that's the time the deduction will continue. So normally this is being accessed by the HR department. Okay, and then here there is a terminated. That means if this loan was terminated, then the payment will be stopped already for this auto deduction. So termination of the loan can be like in SSS, if you want to avail a new loan. So first you need to terminate the previous loan, and then whatever balance in that loan will be forwarded to the new loan. And sometimes if the employee cannot pay anymore, so it can also be terminated. So it's like you want to offset it. Okay, so once you save it, okay, so invalid entries, that's because you didn't put here a comment. So basically you put here what is the purpose of your auto deduction. Maybe you want to buy for example, for 12,000, maybe you want to buy a TV, right? So when you save it, so these are the approvers. So it will be the status is pending, so it will go to the approval process. So if you want to know about approval process, please watch my video regarding approval system. Okay, and that's it. So if you have any question, comments or suggestion, just put it on the comments below. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.